Hi, this is Jay from Starkiller Broadcasts. In this video, I'm going to try to pump one out every single week. I'll do shorts during the middle of the week, but this video is for, I want to show you my electrical system. I've already had somebody comment about no such thing as a custom electrical system. Well, if you know what you're doing, if you know electronics, if you know how to work these things, then go for it. I just say be very, very careful. Don't power everything up unless you're very sure. And if you're unsure, seek professional help, professional advice. I'm just a guy who toys with things. I am a certified mechanic. I know 12-volt systems. I'm not certified for 110. Some hybrids, but household electronics is a different story. You'll understand when you see my setup why I did it the way I did. All right, now let's get into the video. All right, let's get right into this. This box wired up to my house. This is wired up for me. I didn't wire it myself. This goes down to an outlet that's near the floor. The watchtower is actually on stilts. It's off the ground, so God forbid if it floods, it's got some protection. This bare wire you see, this actually goes to a ground rod outside. So if I have any electrical issues, short, arc, anything that would be dangerous, whether it's the 12-volt system, which is not really dangerous, it may knock you on your butt, but it's not going to kill you. The 110, when it hits you, that's depending on how the severity of the shock, you may be on your rear end or laying on the ground. However, this grounding rod, the grounding rod outside connected to this bare wire, is giving me some help. Plus, the exposed wire is no big deal. This goes directly to ground. Coming from here, I have a pigtail. I have an outlet. This cord is wired up to my power supply. I wired it up this way so that I can just plug it in and unplug. It's not hardwired in, so if I have an issue, I can just pull it and be done with it. I can also flip the switch if I have to. If we come up here, this wire is actually attached to this power supply. To this power supply, it converts the 110 to the 12-volt 600 watts, 50 amps. Now, is this overkill for what I have right at the moment? Absolutely yes. I wanted more power. I want to be able to have more power than I actually need, just in case if I want to expand or if I want to be able to run a couple more equipment at the same time for whatever reason. But it's also added protection. This box was made for a timer. I cut a hole in it poorly, but I put in this gauge, and I put in this gauge which comes with a shunt, which will actually read out the amps. So I can get live amp readings as well as voltage readings. And the reason why I wanted the voltage readings is because I want to make sure when I hit the adjustment screw, I can actually turn up and turn down the voltage, and I can see it do it live right here. Now, it's supposed to be at 12 volts. I cranked up to 13 because a lot of the equipment I'm going to be using is looking for charging voltage from a car. And a car can typically, the older cars would be about 14 volts. Newer cars today will actually dip down to 12.6 and then go up all the way to 14.4. And cars nowadays, they do that. It's called load shedding. It basically helps promote the life of the battery. My setup here, it's a constant 13. I figured 13 is the sweet spot. I can always turn it up. I can always turn it back down if I have to. I just wanted the gauge so that so basically what I can do is I can get a live reading of everything. Now, I bought this gauge comes with a shunt, which helps decipher amperage for this. This fuse panel is made for a boat. It's a marine application. There's a cover supposed to be over it, but since I have this case, and I'm not going to be in here all the time unless I absolutely have to, I figured the exposure is fine. The nice thing about this panel is if one of these fuses blow, it can give me a red light to indicate that, oh, this fuse is blown. And then it can help, and I can start troubleshooting why this circuit failed. I can always add more. I can put in 12 voltage lights. I can run more radios. I can run more equipment that's made for a car in here. The nice thing is the reason why I have this set up is because I can always expand. If I wanted to run off of a battery, I can simply connect to these lugs. I can connect to here to here with a 12-volt battery if I wanted to, or a 12-volt battery with a solar inverter, and put panels on the roof. That may be a thing in the future, but at the moment I just want the house to power up the inverter, power up the transformer, and power up this fuse panel. Do all the tests I want to do. I keep it closed, keep it protected, plus it's nice. The fan is running as we speak. It's not that loud. If I have to add more stuff here, I have the option. I have no option of hooking anything up to here. I'm all planning on hooking through here. Give me the live reading of what's going on. Now, I'll show you that amp meter moves. If I can just turn on my old realistic. It's all down, but I'm going to turn this back up. And I'm going to take this microphone and I'm going to start screaming in here. And just keying up, as you can see, it puts on about 9/10 of an amp. Now if I can start screaming, hey, ooh, ooh, and back down, you can see that the amperage will change, but the voltage does not. So I'm obviously not using a lot. I can actually use very little at a time. I eventually want to run a marine radio, but not today. I still got to get parts for that application. I still have to buy an antenna, possible leads. There's been talking about maybe getting an amplifier. But yeah, this is all custom. This is grounded. As you saw before about the grounding log, I actually got the ground wire wired to this case, so if something happens, I don't get, the bite won't be as bad, thankfully. It'll just short out and go to ground. It'll short to ground if anything happens. Since I have the video up and running, I'll give you an idea what's going on. I have my assistant speaker. I have temperature. Yes, the air quality is good in here, but the humidity is okay, and yes, the temperature is hot in here. I had to close the door because my daughter's playing outside. I have other things up here. I have some automation, turning on the lights from inside the house. I have a camera so I know what's going on, and I got my little Wi-Fi router. Yes, my shed has internet. It is wireless. I have a mesh network. Has yet to fail me. It's not the biggest, it's not the most powerful mesh network, but it does what I need it to do. And I got my little clock from work. Shout out to my boss. Thank you for all the little stuff. And the Snap-on dealer for giving me that stuff. This is pretty much going to be the end of this video. If I wanted to do anything crazy, I can build from here. But this is just on the 12-volt system. As I said before, I actually have one wire wired up, which has an extra fuse on it. This is actually a connection for, that's for most CB radios. This one's actually for the marine radio I want to use, and I'm just going to pop that here. But for right now, I'm going to coil that back up after I'm done with the video. This wire actually goes to a lead. Why is that tangled with this? That should not be like that. I gotta fix that. I have that lead here so that I can always flip the switch and I can make this circuit dead. That shuts off this circuit, which plugs into here. And if I have to, for the radios that don't have that connector and it just got leads coming out of the back of the unit, I can just screw right into that and just don't put my tongue on it. This is a power outlet or an old school cigarette lighter. I would not use this with a cigarette lighter. This is made for strictly just 12-volt power in a car. Strauss Discount Auto quality. If anyone here listening remembers Strauss Auto, I used to work for them. This is pretty much my setup. I will eventually go across all the different things I have. We'll talk about mobile units. We'll talk about We'll talk about some of the equipment. We'll talk about the marine radio. I'll give you a brief history on that, how I got some of this equipment, but not all. I will have another video that explains some of the equipment. I'll go down on it, maybe do a review. Unfortunately, I have no paperwork on how to tune some of these things. Maybe down the future I will. It's a little bit of a spaghetti mess of wires, but it's all insulated. They're all protected. And I try my best not to electrocute myself because my name is not Tim Taylor. Well guys, well, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm still new at this. I'm trying my best. If you have any suggestions, I'm more happy to listen to you. I'll try to DM you if I ever come across anything. I'll try to take all your comments. No, I probably won't take them all to heart, but I'll definitely read them, give you my opinion, and once again, like and subscribe. Catch